Harry and Meghan refused to accept the fact that they were abandoned by the royal family, still holding out hope that one day they could return. Public opinion sneered at that unrealistic way of thinking. We will reveal the specifics in today's video. Welcome back, we are Kate Middleton and the Queen Channel. Since King Charles was diagnosed with cancer earlier this year, the royal family has been under a lot of pressure, and now Princess Catherine has also revealed her own cancer diagnosis. And now, supposedly, Prince Harry is trying to take up some royal duties, but sources from Buckingham Palace have shut down any possibility of this ever happening. They say there is no way he's going to be asked back. Royal author Angela Levin spoke with the Royal Report, saying Harry knows he will never be allowed to be a permanent part-time working royal, staying 6 months in the States and then 6 months in the UK. The family no longer trusts him, and besides, Meghan is absolutely against it. There is far too much bad blood now for it to even be a remote possibility. First off, though, there are no terms in which they would be required to be in Britain. I mean, nothing. After all their horrible behavior, why would they be asked back? They don't even care. That's how out of touch they really are. And now it looks like they're trying to compete with the royal family for publicity. How pathetic is that? To the gruesome twosome, I got a message for you. Stay put exactly where you are. I simply can't understand this. Both Meghan and Harry still hope that at some point they might be asked back to become working royals on their terms. Okay, maybe we need to alter that. Both Wallace and Edward still hope that at some point they might be asked back to become working royals on their own terms and live in the UK forever and ever. That is what was happening in the late 30s and 40s. Well, they didn't get what they wanted, and Meghan and Harry are going to face the same fate. Because let's remember, Meghan Markle and Harry are also not willing to work more than an hour a week, unless, of course, for Meghan, the work is done on a mattress. And I would say that destruction is not a habit I think anybody would want to see working away within the royal family. Now, these two, let's remember, the only thing they really want is to destroy the royals and also get some fame and money for themselves. Considering all the allegations and the disgusting lies that Harry and Meghan have thrown in the royal family's faces, I would say they are not really reading the room very well if they think that anybody wants them to come back. I think it's also important to remember why Harry and Meghan even want to come back. It's because they have failed to get the money and prestige they want on their own. So they're thinking that if they can reestablish their connection to the royals, they'll finally be the celebrities they want to be. But it's not going to work. The British public do not want them. And who cares if Harry's upset about that? It's his problem. Nobody feels sorry for him. He's just going to have to accept the fact that it's over. He's a pariah. Harry and Meghan have shown over and over again that they cannot be trusted with even the tiniest bit of information. I simply don't see a path back for them after all the negativity they have spewed. Especially the things they have said about Catherine. I mean, they're whining that they weren't told about her cancer before the public found out, and that Harry's being excluded from succession planning. Well, that tells us they are just as delusional as they've always been. You can hope all you want, but it's never going to happen. Harry and Meghan have proven themselves completely unsuitable for service too. They have smeared and trashed the royal family on every level, and they have proven to be a couple of liars. Parliament House, the royal family, and the people are not going to accept the two of them as representatives ever again. Parliament signed off on their leaving, and they're not going to want to reinstate those two as working royals. They're simply not decent. Looking at Harry these days, I mean, it's clear he can't even take care of his own appearance on his own. I mean, he looks so disheveled. I would never have guessed that he came from such a privileged upbringing. Harry is simply not made of the same stuff his brother is. He just doesn't have a good character, and it seems like he's been that way the whole time. And that way, I guess he and Meghan are well suited for each other. I mean, neither of them are good people, and neither of them are worthy of being in the royal family. We can also be sure that if they really are trying to return, it's because they're plotting some devious scheme. They're trying to take advantage of King Charles' soft spot for their two invisible kids. And then they're going to do whatever they can to make the lives of William and his family difficult with all their lies and accusations. They're going to try to weasel their way back in. But it doesn't take a genius to figure out their ulterior motives. I can't understand how they believe they would ever be welcomed back. I mean, who is writing this stuff? Harry believes that he can somehow represent the royals? Okay, well, if that's how it's going to be, you might as well just give up on the monarchy altogether. People are never going to support a monarchy if Harry's working for it. But see, I think this is all about Harry and Meghan being so desperate. They have fallen so low, and it's pathetic. No way, though, will Parliament, the Commonwealth, or the royal family ever let the two of them come back. They signed off on those two. They don't get a say if they want to come back. They have been removed, and that's that. Up to this point, if they want to come back, they can't avoid questions like, why would they want to come back? Why would they be hoping to be asked back? Whatever happened to running away for freedom? Whatever happened to just loving life in California? Whatever happened to all the pain they suffered when they had to live with the royal family? All the attacks that they say came from the media and the people of the UK? Whatever happened to their desire to thrive and experience freedom? Well, it's because Harry and Meghan's lives have gone to absolute crap. They found out that they're really worthless without their royal connection. I mean, that's because, though, they're such odious people. And all the stories of woe they made up to get sympathy from people in the US just blew up in their faces. They've played the victim so many times, but people are not buying into it. But I think they should just stay in California. They are not wanted, they are not needed, and they certainly are not welcomed in any public capacity and or appearance. Now, Harry, if you ask me, should be charged with treason. An officer, a prince of the realm, who really maligned his crown, his family, and his country. Meghan Markle also should have served time for perjury. One thing to me is clear, though, they don't have a chance of coming back while the King and Princess Catherine are in recovery. I mean, Harry is trying. He has tried to extend the olive branch multiple times, but it's not working. And, saying otherwise is not going to change anything. As long as William is still living, Harry and Meghan are going to remain outsiders. Harry also signed the Sandringham Agreement, so what did he think he was signing? And, maybe Meghan now is telling him we got to get back in. Well, tough. You made your bed, so now it's time to lie in it. And I don't care if the bed isn't very comfortable either. Meghan Markle went back to America with that worthless title, and she couldn't land herself a job as an actress. That's the problem. They wanted privacy, they claimed, and they wanted to be independent. Well, then they did nothing but try to get publicity for themselves, trash the royal family, and gave that disgusting interview claiming that both the royals and the British public were racist. So no, there's not going to be a reconciliation. They're simply unnecessary. The royal family is doing just fine without those two. They have been instructed that they need to stay where they are. They're not going to be half in, half out royals. That's never going to happen. And I wish the media would just shut up about this ridiculous idea. It does seem like, though, Harry and Meghan are realizing that their popularity has plummeted, and it looks like their bank accounts are not doing so well either. But it's not what they envisioned, right? Their dreams of a comfortable life with riches, fame, celebrity status is in the toilet. No organization would be happy if they showed up to do the ribbon cutting. They don't deserve to be working royals.